Hi, I'm Cait Allison, and I just wanted to take a few minutes here to answer some questions from YouTube. I've gotten a lot of the same questions over and over again, so I wanted to take a second to flesh out some of the most frequently asked questions based on your comments for the Diastasis Recti video. So let's get started. The first one, my kids are already 5 and 3. Today my doctor told me I have Diastasis Recti. Is this gonna work? And I've had so many of you guys ask, my kid's 3, my kid's 4, my kid's 5, or some of you have a newborn at home essentially. Maybe your baby's only a month or 2 old. It's still gonna work, whether you have a newborn at home or your kids are a lot older. The more you work with your fascia and your connective tissue, the stronger it's gonna get. So you can't get the timing wrong. Just get started. All right, let's see what else we got here. Should I do this every day? How often should I do it? What's the right timing? And that's something I didn't really go into in the video. If you can get it in daily, awesome. Most of you are moms, so you're probably not gonna fit it in daily. If you can get it in 3 times a week at least, that's gonna be ideal. But even once a week's gonna make a difference. Again, the more often you can get it in, the better. But if you only get it in a couple times, that's still okay. The more you do it, the more difference you're gonna see. And as you get into a rhythm with the video, you might try adding more reps. So you might kind of get into a rhythm where you were doing 5 on each side. You could start doubling up and doing 10 or 15 or more. So it's up to you. Let's see. What kind of warming up can I do before I start this routine? Do I need any workout equipment? No. The awesome thing about working with your fascia and your connective tissue is that it's a really subtle. It's not your big hardcore muscles with planks and crunches. You are using really subtle muscles. So you don't need workout equipment. You don't need to warm up. Everything we do in the video is pretty gentle. So it's very safe. And so yeah, just jump right into the video. Okay, so what's a normal finger gap to have? I had twins 7 years ago and I have a 5-finger ab gap. Will this still help? Okay, so most women in general will have at least 1 to 2 finger gap. So just because you have a little bit of a gap doesn't necessarily mean that you have Diastasis Recti. The biggest indicators are gonna be pain. So if you have discomfort in your back, especially your low back or your pelvic bowl area, there's definitely some work to be done with Diastasis Recti. If you had twins, you're much more likely to have this because you were carrying more belly weight. Sometimes if the gap is wider than 4 or 5 fingers, you can put yourself at risk for an umbilical hernia, which is when your kind of intestines or innards come out through that gap. And that can be excruciatingly painful. If that does happen, often it's gonna need a surgical repair. And if you do have an umbilical hernia that's come out, I would recommend doing all of the exercises on your back and don't do any of the hands and knees exercises because you wanna really not let gravity work against you there. You wanna be very, very gentle. If your gap's around 4 or 5 fingers and you're trying to kind of bring that back together, these exercises will definitely help. The more frequently you do them, again, the more you're gonna see a difference. Can I wear an InShape belt if I'm having Diastasis Recti? The InShape belts can be helpful because they provide some of that structural support. You wouldn't want to wear the belt while you're doing the exercises though, because then your body doesn't have to work as hard and you don't really engage the fascia or those subtle connective tissues. So take the belt off while you're doing the exercises, but in the meantime, until you get the strength back up, if you have a newborn or your baby's a couple months old, you may want to use one of those belts to help kind of support you so that you don't develop things like back pain or pelvic bowl pain. All right, one last question. Can I do these exercises while pregnant? Probably not. I would advise that you hold off. In the first trimester, it's probably okay. They're all very gentle, very safe, but I'd recommend avoiding it towards that 2nd and 3rd trimester. And then as soon as you have your baby, you can jump right into the exercises. The biggest thing is to keep an awareness of that Uddiyana Bandha, and we talk about this in the video. Upward lifting belly lock. and Mula Bandha, which would be pelvic bowl kind of, the muscles of your pelvic bowl kind of lifting and engaging. Whenever you're picking your baby up, it's a great time to practice Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha. And as long as that's engaged, you're gonna be really working your fascia and your connective tissues all the time. So don't let the exercises just be a 20-minute routine that you do every now and then when you have time. Make it something that you integrate into your daily life. Use it while you're picking your baby up, and use it to start really bridging that gap. You'll start to see a huge difference. If you all have any other questions or thoughts, please feel free to leave a comment on the YouTube channel and we'll go into some more of your questions. I'm also available as a long distance hire coach. So I've worked with some of you through Skype, through FaceTime, and I'm happy to do that. We can coordinate a time to schedule an individual consultation for you. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for supporting me, and please like and subscribe to my channel.